out there, you're welcome once again to Sports Orbit. It's a beautiful Monday evening, and Salifu Usman is right here in studio with me. My name is Afa Cho, your host, and on today's edition of the show is going to be a bumper package of Sports Orbit once again. Salifu, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Afas.
All right, we'll begin straight from the NPFL during the weekend. Of course, match week 6 of the NPFL went down, and for Gombe United are proving to be giant killers. We call what they did to Remo Stars last season, and this time again to New Boys Bendel Insurance. At a point, the way Bendel Insurance were going, it was like who were going to stop Bendel Insurance, having gone 5 games straight without losing, winning all street games. But for Gombe United, I think they had other plans this time around. And incidentally, it was at the home of the Benin Arsenals where they actually, ended that winning streak. But thankfully enough, it's not like Bendel Insurance lost that game, but it was a draw. If they had won this one, it would have been 6 in 6 matches. But Gombe had other plans, and they settled for a draw in that one. So for Bendel Insurance, well, nice one for Gombe United, but still on top of Group A of the abridged MPFL season so far.
Yeah, that's still on top.
Mm.
Well, Gombe United, Gombe United may not be doing well.
Yeah.
They may not be among the February or potential title contenders. But one thing that Gombe United has proved to show in the last season that no matter how unbeaten or how well shape you are, they just keep it to us. When you come to us, you can't claim it to be a winning master or unbeaten master. They show it to Remo Star last season. Remo Star almost go 11 match unbeaten.
Yeah.
But when they visited to they ensure that they drop that title. And now here again, everybody was shouting Benin Rangers, Benin Insurance. But when they visited, they say your insurance will not work here. And then go to but the good is that insurance also prove that they are insured. They are very insured.
Exactly.
That they have insurance to absorb everything. For and then ensure that they get a 1 point. It was not a total loss for them. So they got 1 point, and that 1 point has given them 16 points out of 6 matches, which is also a very impressive record. And the Nigerian league is getting interesting, day by day. Ranger International, where we hope that they may have end their tumbling moment. So when they get a victory last midweek, now yesterday again. Way to Bauchi, Wiki the tourists tell them this well. Yes, you are in the home of tourists, but we don't allow the tourists around. So they stop there and they beat them yesterday again. Abdul Menkawa, despite being the former Wiki tourist coach, so the Wiki tourists show him no respect at all, and ensure that him and his team return back home empty-handed.
For other games, of course, the biggest winners were Abia Warriors 4-2 over Dakada, and away victory in that one for Eimba versus El Academy Warriors. Eimba had returned back to winning ways 2-0 over the Warriors, while Shooting Stars also 2-0 against Nasra United. For Aqua United 3-1 over Remo Stars, while Plateau United 1-0 against Para United. For champions, Rivers United looks like this season they have not been too consistent so far. They lost 2-1 to New Boys Doma United. Niger Tornadoes settled for a scoreless draw with Luke Stars, while Sunshine Stars also defeated Bayelsa United. But for Abia Warriors, 4-2 away to Dakota. Like I'm saying, somehow every match day in this league, we always see an away team getting a result, either a draw or a win. For every match that passes, hardly a week passes by without an away team recording at least a draw or a win in one of the matches.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, and that is a good signal that yes, when you play well, it doesn't matter what you are playing. All this matter that you just feel that you are in this level versus level.
Exactly.
And if you understand the terrain within the pitch, I mean, you'll be very sure that you will get your point. Nobody is ready to deny you what you have labored for. In as much as we are beginning to see more away win reducing compared to where we the league season first started, but it's still okay. A lot of people might have been insinuating that. Better insurance will be aided for going my street. But you said Gombe United all the way in Northwest Club, travel all the way to Northeast Club, travel all the way to South, at the Gombe season, and French is force a team that
Mm.
has beaten everybody this season to even let's draw. For me,
Exactly.
that is quite commendable and quite understanding. At the same time, even Nobi also fought hard
Yeah.
to get it draw at the Bello Stadium in Kaduna when the Niger Stadium are playing at their own home ground. So it's quite interesting and it's quite interesting that we are seeing Abia Warriors beating Dakar FC all the way in Akwa Ibom. It's
Yeah.
another interesting season. Don't forget that Abia Warriors started the season. It's one of the clubs that started the season well, but
Exactly.
getting to the match, the three match for all it's like they lose their guard, but here they give it like, well, they have refilled their tank and ready to do it. To go all along.
Right, so that's that for the NPFL. We'll go into some other stories now where the Ministry of Sports, Minister Sunday Derry has revealed that the first national cross-country championship to be organized by the ministry will hold on the 18th of February in Jos. He said the championship becomes necessary to enable Nigerian athletes develop their strength and make them better runners. He said cross-country running, experts tell us, is excellent for developing strength. Since Dari, who began to move to develop distance running in Nigeria last year, he said we have enormous potential to rival the East Africans and win laurels for the country at continental and national championships and games. More importantly, we want to positively engage the mass of distance runners in this country and make them earn a good living from running around the world like their East and North African counterparts. The championship is a 10-kilometer event and will be held at the Rhino Golf Course in just the Plateau State capital. Well, I quite agree with him when it comes to distance running. Nigeria has not really maximized its potential. I mean, just even over the weekend, the Access Bank Marathon just ended, and as usual, the usual suspect, the Kenyans came here and took away our $50,000.
That's why the cash crunch was facing.
Facing you, so you can imagine that huge amount, $50,000, was on offer to take, and the Kenyans came and also dominated. And you see, I think this is one area where, and look, we have our terrain with these East Africans. We have terrains like if you go to the northeast, it's very similar. In Jos Plateau, for instance, we have those kind of terrain. In places like Adama, even in Benue State, we have those mountainous area where we could develop athletes. But this is one area when it comes to athletics where Nigerians have really, really not been up there.
Yeah, thank you. Fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Fantastic speech. As usual, I'm not surprised that Sunday that I'm talking here. Because anytime he speaks, it's a delight to listen.
To listen, yeah.
You want to listen to him because he bring us to this point. Very fantastic man, very brilliant man. But I'm not excited by this. And the reason is that this particular minister has proven to be the policy subconsulting minister. If you recall, when we have one of the guests here, he said they always have to talk about the policy.
Yeah.
And I can bet you, I'm not a suicidal, I'm not a prophet of doom, I can bet you this will not work.
Because I was even expecting to hear things like prize money, sponsors, and none of that was mentioned here.
I can bet you, and if Minister that is hearing me well now, or his end of his age is hearing me, I shall leave them to prove me wrong. This event will not see the light of the day before any from it.
What makes you
and bet you. Okay, reason one first. The election is coming on 25th of this month.
Yeah.
And he's telling you that I'm going to organize a cross country a week to the election.
And we know Derry has been very much involved in the
A
campaign.
week to the election. And you see, he has even launched open door-to-door campaign for the name Shetima campaign. Well, it's not the one we are even though he's involved in the campaign, all you need to do is to give approval and give put the necessity. So the people, it's not official, so people can go there and organize it. But I can bet this thing will not hold. Our ministers and government officials should try to desist from idea of being carried away by the euphoria of an event. He made this speech at the Lagos Access Marathon because he was better than the guest to flag up the tournament and felt begin to throw away dramas and giving assurance all sorts of things that he know that he's not likely to happen. Because this year the national youth team was fifth for 18 this month. If you recall,
it was shifted.
It was
the
shifted.
reason was for because of the elections.
Up to today, there's no new date for it. Several programs of shows. Now, so it is a good idea, but if you want, okay, you can say, okay, we are planning, or we are everything, but you just give an definite stand because before now, I have not heard anything about that. There is something in the past plan concerning. You also say we are going to hold it in August. We're talking of 18, just 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks. Yeah.
Less than 2 weeks, just about 12 days to go. And you say I'm going to hold the cross country. There was another one that was also planned, another cross country that was planned by AFL, Athletic Federation of that was supposed to hold in Jalingo. That has also been cancelled.
Exactly.
No new date has found peace. And it's the same AFL that was going to be the official or to supervise all those. But yes, the winter just come up that they are going to hold the new event in August in 10 days time. So we should, the government officials should desist from the idea of just speaking by the angels and by the furious of our event.
Exactly.
If you know that something doesn't work, okay, because we are taking towards, but to just give it
No, there's no
just to
point.
give it definitely
Exactly.
when you know you're going to vomit your words. No. You're going to swallow your words back. No.
Exactly. I agree with you completely. Well, to some other news now, where because red hot Nigerian strikers news again as the likes of Premier League giants United and the League One giant Paris Saint Germain have been told that they should be at least ready to splash over 100 million euros if they had to win the race for Victor Osimhen, the Napoli striker during the summer transfer window. Osimhen has become one of the most sought after strikers in Europe this season by leading Napoli's pursuit of the first Serie A title since 1990. The Nigerian international has scored 15 goals in 20 games in all competitions and with 14 league goals is too clear of Atalanta's Ademola Lookman in the chase for the award as Serie A top scorer. Napoli's Victor Osimhen is leading the charge for the club Serie A in more than 30 years with Haaland of Manchester City, Darwin Nunes and Robert Lewandowski all moving to their present club last summer. Because clearly, I mean, even without Napoli coming out to sound me, anybody who knows that he's really ready to bring in Osimhen should know that he's going to really pay some big money. But even during the weekend, some other reports I saw on was it Sky Sports also revealed that the new Chelsea owner is saying he's ready to, break another British world record to ensure that he lands Osimhen in the summer.
Well, I hope you bring a British record in the of 200 million pounds
Yeah,
that will bring the signal, whether either we like it or not, that financial motivation wasn't trickle down to Nigeria. So
mm,
if we see decided to use the money to invest something in Nigeria, then it has benefit. I hope so. But let's get to the sense of our definitions. Osimhen is one of the best strikers in the world at the moment.
yesterday he scored a brace
And
yesterday.
yesterday batting the place that has taken Napoli 16 points clear
Exactly.
of their rivals.
Yeah.
So and it's clearly show that Napoli Osimhen is going to help Napoli to win their first title in 32 years.
Yeah.
So good fantastic and we can only pray for it that it is to stay injury free and all those that are connected to Napoli. That is one way in their mind that Osimhen should stay free.
Exactly.
Because if they must win, if they must end their trophy title list for over 30 years, Osimhen has to be up and doing and just like for Osimhen. So for any club that they are who's interested in buying Osimhen, definitely let them know that we are going to cover. If Chelsea can spend 108 pounds on one as Fernandez, then what more of Osimhen who is up there already up there?
Exactly. I mean, clearly, and of course, if he even eventually wins the title with Napoli,
Napoli.
the value will
The
even
value
go
will
up because
increase.
he'll be living as a champion.
Champion.
So, the value will definitely increase. But I mean, we wish him well. Osimhen has been in very, very fine form, and we only expect him and hope that he stays injury free and continue, and especially when it's time also to don the shirt of the national colors. We hope he also brings this form along to his national team. But notwithstanding, even for the national team, Osimhen has not disappointed.
That's not
He
disappointing.
always, even if he doesn't score, you
But
always see.
the only thing that not tactical one may be missing is that maybe the transition or the smoothness or the connection within the Napoli will not
Yeah.
represent themselves
Yeah.
because in Super Eagles. And it also depend on the tactical deployment by the coaches.
Oh,
These are
yeah.
some of the things. So Osimhen is a star that can sign in any team.
Very well, very well. All right, to some other news now. This time involving Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the Chelsea striker. He has been once again linked with yet another summer move, this time to Italy with AC Milan. His contract at Chelsea runs until 2024, and he has found game time hard to come by at Stamford Bridge. He was recently left out of the Champions League squad for the season. I mean, just like we were saying before, the show began, one can't even begin to say what is really Aubameyang's problem. At Arsenal did very well, but began to have disciplinary issues. Shipped off to Barcelona, we thought it was going to be a new lease of life, and he actually even started well with Barcelona. All of a sudden, he was phased out of the team and made the move to Chelsea. But for Chelsea, I mean, you can't even say that he has even had a quarter of the impact he had at Barcelona. I can't remember him even scoring, getting on the score sheet yet at Chelsea. If he has scored, I don't think it's more than one or two goals, which I doubt. And now Chelsea, of course, with lot of new acquisitions to the team, are now thinking of shipping him out once again, this time to Italy.
It's not even nice. They're already shaping him out because when
Yeah,
they already omitted his name from
so
the
very well.
Champions League
It
squad.
means
And
you are
it seems
surplus
like
to requirements.
surplus requirements.
Mm,
You are no longer needed in the Premier League matches. You are not even, sometimes you're not even on the bench. So
exactly.
it clearly shows that your service is no longer
Mm,
needed at the
mm.
club. One thing that is very clear that Obama Young will know is no longer the same Obama Young we
So,
are seeing now.
so
The guy has dropped down completely,
mm,
and just like you say, sometimes the players needs to be when you are up there. You need to be there. You need to mind your action and
mm,
from certain things you do because
exactly.
it can at the end of the day backfire and then it will hurt you. Like that. You still have ego on by your side and you still
Yeah,
have your water that
exactly.
you still play.
Mm,
But now what is going through now? Okay, from Arsenal to Barcelona, where just like you say,
mm,
we hope that it will use this of life
mm,
and you actually started well. But all of a sudden, Javi was even praising all of a sudden,
mm,
he was no longer
exactly.
an offer boy by
Mm,
an offer boy and he was phased out of the team. Then he make a revised turn.
mm,
So you don't know where it comes from.
yeah,
You don't know where it's going from years to Arsenal.
mm,
And then here he is not even at Celsius as well. I've not even seen a very free, interesting side of him and
mm,
it's so far. And
exactly.
now the new portal feel that it's surplus to his desire.
Exactly.
And
Very well.
the club has just spent up over 200 million
Mm,
pounds, 200 million pounds on the eight players
mm,
in the general transfer.
yeah,
You
mm,
can be rest assured that there will be no space for Obama and he has to sit from your end.
yeah,
But one is that he has himself, has to address himself and to begin to sit himself
mm,
down and look at the mirror and tell himself the exact truth what is really happening.
mm, very well. Right now to some EPL news, of course. Interesting matches went down during the weekend in the EPL. Of course, for City, after that, Everton inflicted that defeat. It seemed they had, slowed down the momentum, and all City needed to do was beat Spurs and close the gap to 2 points, but was not to be as a solo Hurricane strike ensured that Tottenham took all 3 points and kept the lead still at 5 points in that one. Of course, other interesting matches also went down for Newcastle. Newcastle were also, we're hoping to win to stay on third position, but that draw means that Newcastle are now in the fourth position, while United they had fourth victory over Crystal Palace, ended 2-1. United are now third position, but for City, for some of us, I didn't expect City to actually win, being that Guardiola has not won at Tottenham since he came to England, and that's one strange thing. Incidentally, he has not won at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, especially in the last 5 games. So going to Tottenham has always been difficult for Guardiola. So I didn't expect it to be different this time. I really don't know what Tottenham does whenever Man City comes visiting, but it's always been a difficult place for Guardiola to go to win Tottenham. When they come to the Etihad, he wins them. But going to the Tottenham Stadium is always a different story for Guardiola. And once again, yesterday again, the continue.
Okay, see, very well.
Mm,
Thank you for that participation. I don't have that. I don't have that
yeah.
report that they have never won at
Mm,
Tottenham. And if you're looking at that match yesterday, one was also expecting that even the almighty Hala,
yeah.
who was Haaland
Exactly.
yesterday, they could not Hala
I mean,
anybody.
just had 27 touches on the
Touches
ball
and
all through the game.
he was just a shadow of himself yesterday.
Mm,
And Tottenham, even if looking at the Tottenham form at the moment, the team that went to the cup, remember the coach was diagnosed of the virus and he couldn't, he was not even part of the
He
team.
was, the
And at the
assistant
same
coach had
and at
to
the
be in
same time,
charge.
about January 19, when they met at the Dutch Stadium, City has to come from a 2-0 that to be the four, to be the 4-2. So I was hoping that they are going to get that result. And at the same time, most of Arsenal fans, when they feel that even though Arsenal, the rivalry between Arsenal and Tottenham is something else, but Arsenal fans, not
For the first time yesterday, a lot of Arsenal fans were
Tottenham
fans for a minute.
Tottenham has to play a big neighborhood, a friendly neighborhood yesterday. And I'm one of those who is only insisting that it's too early to begin to say Arsenal is going to win the title or this and this. But I'm beginning,
lots of games.
But it's still a lot of, but I'm beginning to feel that there's a hand of God in Arsenal journey so far. Well, when we feel if everything, if Man City have getting the result yesterday, that will automatically knock the gap down just to 2 points. And that 2 points is just anybody. Nobody has a claim to that. A claim to the lead. Is anybody game. But the biggest winners of the list of the weekend game was Man U. Why Arsenal dropped 3 points, Man City dropped 3 points, Newcastle dropped 2 points.
Liverpool also lost. Chelsea drew also.
I'm not talking of Liverpool.
Okay.
I'm talking of those who are at the top, not those that are just in the middle of the top. So Man U benefited from the Arsenal deficiency, benefited from Man City, and also benefited from Newcastle. Here again, Man U has come up from the top two. So the Arsenal need to be up and doing it, and also be careful the way Man U is moving. So Guardiola have said several times that his neutral is not about the league, but I just feel it's just the mind game.
Very well, of course.
But just like I say, Arsenal, there's a hand of God in Arsenal journey. So of course, let's make like a different thing. I think Man City has won that match.
Yeah, for Liverpool, the struggle continues. 3-0 against Wolves. They lost that one. I mean, one can't even really say what is really going on at Liverpool.
Yeah, a whole lot of people go to on the social media, social media, the Facebook and the Twitter will fall down here, will fall down on that weekend when Man U lost this match. 3-0 to
Liverpool
to 3-0 to a just ordinary Wolf. And a whole lot of people attributed that attributed to the clue of the ACCA of not too straightforward the way he treated money. And if you have allowed money to stay this thing for instance, the Ferdinand was totally mad. Saying how can a club leave just a player at that moment who is on top of his form, one of the best players you have at the moment, you left it alone. Why several players that are supposed to have freezed out and leave them? So and so people were even attributed and maybe it's because of the well in their own case maybe they treated man because of his black. If not, how can you treat a man a player that was one of the best in the sport? You let him go, and you are also in terms of the way disparity between him and some other players who have never contributed 10% of what he gives to the club are any more than him, and they no, increase my fee. You should that's the simple thing that you have
In
done.
fact, the money they even use in buying the likes of Nunes, just add that some of that money to his wages and keep him.
Keep him.
Yeah.
So even despite all the trying to buy Nunes, buy Gakpo, everyone
Gakpo is yet to do anything special.
They are reason to Gakpo. So Kouan is saying well he has no reason for his play, but it's like this is 8 season at Liverpool, but it's like he has seen it all and he started doing that.
Well, for Chelsea, in spite of the huge sums of money they did in market, Fulham were not scared of all the array of stars and held them to a 0-0 draw out there at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, let me to some extent. Let me, in fairness to Chelsea, I even commend the Chelsea coach for him to even manage those all imports and still have a plan. They managed to get it through against the Fulham that may even spend it's like in one third of what they are spending just January. So, but the coach has said that the process will raise a lot of pressure and begin to feel the heat because we have discussed that buying a player is not what just matters. When you are buying out of your need, you are just buying that you just want a player. It's not managing the club is not about it. I want this player. It's about do you need that player?
Exactly.
I know you are buying out of your need. You definitely go to someone there to see.
All right. That's that for the EPL. With that, we call it another day on today's edition of the program. But tomorrow we'll be back again for yet another exciting edition of the program. Salifu, thank you once again for being in the studio today.
Thank you.
till we come your way tomorrow again. Do have a lovely time out there. My name is Hafa Cho, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.